Why, hello there, lads. How are we? Tis myself, Kev. Jack's not with us tonight, lads. He's a bit busy. He's been busy doing work stuff all day. So you're stuck with me tonight, I'm afraid. How are we? How are we keeping? What's up? Hope you're doing well. I know it's a late show tonight. I was just saying, I had the kiddies all evening. Daniela's mother, my wife, is her mother's kind of ill at the moment, so she's back and forth to the hospital all the time, and she was moving again today. But it's just a medication thing. It's all good news, and it's all good planning ahead for her, which is great. It's just just takes up a bit of my schedule, and I have no problem with that because that's what you do for family. You know yourselves. How are we anyway, lads? I haven't seen who anybody else is in the chat. You say hello if anybody's there. Nobody's there yet. If you are, say hello. There's 9 of you already popping in. How are you? Dara. It's crack, lad. You alright? We keeping? Wigs. How's it going, lads? Welcome in. It's just myself tonight. So Jack's not here, so I have nobody to take the piss out of, so you're going to have to be the ones. I'm sorry. So Jack knows my banter. He knows it too well. Anyway, getting into the old news. Starting off today, there's a few things we want to talk to. Mamardashvili is edging closer. Sepp Van Den Berg is also edging closer to leaving. And other related news and topics. I'll be sifting through the world of Twitter as well and seeing what lunatics are on there. And also any breaking news that happens, I'll be here to bring it to you guys. I hope you're all well. So I think we should start off with the first news of tonight, which is this lad. And the only one has reported, it's more than 3 hours ago now, we had that sorted when it was 6 o'clock show. But Sepp Van Den Berg, close to leaving Liverpool in a permanent move, set to achieve 20 million plus valuation. Sounds about right. Brentford, strongly considering 22-year-old alongside likes of O'Shea, Ahmedozic. You see that right? I'm normally good at pronunciations. Brentford FC long-term admirers and solid relations with Liverpool, which is, of course, any chance of sending Ivan Toney the other way, lads? We'd appreciate it. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Accept that. Oh, for the evaluation, look, we give you 60 million there and Sepp for Ivan Toney. That'll do there. Yeah. That's what I think, anyway. We got. So we are Tally Ho, Gary Richards. How are we, lad? How are you keeping, lads? Lads, if you're in the chat, say hello. As you know yourselves, I spend a lot of time on this channel with Jack, and I only know too well, what he's been, what he started, and what all the rest of us have come into as well, and our collaborations down through the last few years have been great, and the only fact of the matter is that he's is this the one I'm looking for? The one there you are. So this one, see that there, lads. This 55.9% nonsense that's not subscribed. What's wrong with you? Seriously, 44.1%. You lads are sound. I like you guys. But see these guys above them? Them boys. Get the subscribing, lads, and become the lads down below. They're the cool kids. You know what I mean? You know yourselves. Alright? Anyway, lads, how are we? Getting to the point, actually, let me check out a couple of comments. So we've, I'm going to say hello to a couple of people there. Evening, boss. Evening, Dara. Wigs. Evening, Kev. Nice one. Gary Richards, as he said, Tally Ho, Spider, dear boy. Right, Wigs. Kev, do you think the talk of selling Gomez is good business? I personally think it is. He had a good season last year. Before that, his injuries and overall form for a few seasons was so bad. It was, didn't he? He never really got to the peak of the peak form that he had in 18-19 kind of back, did he? Since the Ben Mee injury and the Raheem Sterling injury on top of that, he just had back-to-back bad injuries. And you've heard me saying this 100 times in channel, he doesn't have reoccurring niggly injuries. He's just had injuries that have kept him out and never allowed him to get back into the team because he's always been available on the bench. Last season's form showed me what type of a great utility player he is. If he leaves and we get the 35 or 40 million from him, or we do business to make Gordon come the other way, then that's good business. If we let him leave 35, 40 million and we don't replace him or do anything, then it's money in and no good business. I wouldn't be selling him. Well, me personally, I like Joe. I think Joe, who's stuck, he's never barked, he's never cried out. Like Sepp Van Den Berg never really got time at Liverpool. He got loaned out. He was brought back. He was given an opportunity this summer to show himself, and he's been crying that he wants to leave straight away. That's not the kind of image you want to be seeing at Liverpool all the time. So, you know, those lads are the dead weight, to be honest with you, if you ask my opinion. Joe Gomez has been there. He's never complained. He's never said a thing. He's always been consistent with regards just being a really good guy and a decent member of the squad. Even when he was slated left, right and centre, even when his decision making was questioned, or, you know, the pressure kind of got to him a couple of times in games where we knew that the ability was there. It's just that, you know, he was just unlucky in a couple of scenarios, and that led to 3 or 4 errors leading to a goal in his career. But that's insane. That's not really a lot in the 10 years or so that he's been with us. I was using more than that now, isn't it? And when was he? 2013, wasn't it? So, you know, it's a lot. Like, you know, there's a lot going on. I personally would like to see him stay, but I would also like to see, if he's going, that we could replace him. We could bring in a replacement or do the best deal possible for the club. It's a hard one, Wiggs, because Joe Gomez, if you'd asked everybody 2 years ago, Joe Gomez was out the door for everybody. You know, if you ask me now, just of how good he was last year, he was one of our best players in the team. So, yeah, I don't know. If it was me, and the Gordon deal is on, go for it. If it just means selling him and not replacing him, keep him. We don't need the money. It's not about the money with us. So, yeah, I that's what I would do anyway, I think. Nunes and Sepp in a straight swap for Tony. Dara, don't tempt me. I like Darwin Nunes, and I think he can be a really good player for us if he just gets the right manager and the right run of games. But clearly he was poor in the last preseason game, but it was his only preseason game, you know, and he was in the worst of the two sides. We take it that way, so he's probably not going to get the best service. But he can't try his battle with the prime. And if he goes around moping around the place and all of this over the next week or so in the next couple of games, yeah, get rid of him. I don't want that kind of player. I want somebody who's regardless of what's going on. I want a Joe Gomez. Regardless of what's going on, you get down, you do your job, and you get on with it. Simple as. A James Milner. These type of players. But Sepp in for, like, if we're going to do a swap, so there's 20 million plus valuation. That's a valuation on a straight cash for the player. If you're sending him to Brentford and you want to do a deal for Ivan Toney, that automatically turns into maybe a £35 million trade value. You know, it's the same thing, you know, when you go to a shop or something like that, you know, and you go and you try to buy something and they say to you, or you go to sell them something, they say, look, we'll give you this amount in cash or we'll give you this amount in store credit. So I would, yeah, if it means Sepp knocks 35 million off, what's the Ivan Toney, 70 to 90 million in valuation? You're trying to say 100 million. They're not going to get that, not after the injury that he had, or not after the ban that he had and whatnot. If I my way Nunes, Sepp straight in swap for Toney, maybe take it. I would. It's Ivan Toney. You know, Ivan Toney's in the Liverpool team. He's banging in 20 plus goals a season without even blinking. That'd be my take on it. I'm trying to back Nunes. You know, you can see them in my face. I'm trying to back him, but he needs to back himself, dude. And if he starts backing himself into a corner with, you know, strops here and maybe a bad comment or two there, then it's not, you know, it's not what I want for Liverpool Football Club, you know. But I hope that answers the question. But I would, if you said to me right now, would I take him? Right now, yes. Maybe in 6 months after Darwin Nunes is banging in, you know, 15 to 20 goals in the first half of the season, I would say, maybe I wouldn't take it now, you know. So we'll see. Anyway, lads, get up those likes. There's 35, 36 of you in there, 34 now. But I know what it keeps bouncing up and down on you. There's a good load of you there. Anyway, cash in whilst he's good. He's in good form and fitness. Absolutely. Gary, Liverpool have to move quickly, get the deals done. They will do. You know, I don't know if you've seen the interview with David Ornstein there in the last 24 hours or so, and he's been praising Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, whereas some of the fan base, and I'm going to say rightly, some of the fan base are very reactionary. They just don't see signings coming in and straight away they're looking for somebody to blame. You know, that point the finger nonsense is not using common sense at all. So, you know, I'll sit there. If we don't make any signings, would I be happy? I'd be I'd be happy with the squad that we have that are playing well at the moment. I'd just be worried in case we get 1 or 2 injuries. If we got 1 or 2 injuries, then I'd be worried and I'd be saying, no, I wouldn't be happy then. Maybe we should have done the business. But if we don't get the signings in and we've the squad at the moment, like the way Gravenberch was playing was phenomenal. He's not getting enough praise for how well he played the other day for us in that role. And the previous couple of games that he's played there as well, regardless of how it went in the first half, it wasn't really down to him. He was doing his job. As Slot said, we were the duels that we were losing to second balls and the aerial duels for Jarell Quansah was one of the main causes of why we didn't turn over the ball enough or get it forward enough. So, you know, he made the right call there. I love the ruthlessness of Slot pulling him off when he had to pull him off. And you know, long may that continue if fellas aren't playing well. As you know, Mike Conley, I've been saying it about a year or so now, or the other 2 now. I am not going to be drooling over or back at or saying that I just want this player to be in the squad all the time. I don't care who plays well for Liverpool. I just want the person that's in there to be the right people. That, you know, good competition is good competition. So if they're all playing well, it's only boding well for Liverpool. If they're all playing badly, then they're not good enough for Liverpool. It's just the way it is, you know. Anyway, who we got? Get subscribed and smash the likes chat. Smash it good. That's why they do. Liverpool need another winger to back up Sally. Yeah, Bakayoko would be a good shout. Kudos if we can get him for the right money. I think Liverpool are playing that time because a lot of teams know that Liverpool need to spend to get a couple of players in, and they're only waiting for them to turn up. So they're going out, and Liverpool are kind of waiting for some of these teams to pre-buy players just in case that there's like rustlings going on, because teams do that. They go and they buy like the extra young winger, they go and they buy this and that, and then they're like, oh no, we spent the money now, we do need to sell this player now because we were expecting a bid to come in now, we don't know what's happening. And then the ball's in Liverpool score. So instead of the club kind of going, oh, we wanted 60 million from, and then Liverpool like, look, we'll give you 45 there now. And then Liverpool will turn the player's head towards them, regardless of somebody else comes in the 55 or 60. You know, so it's all kind of business mind games with Liverpool. And yeah, we tend to do it right. You know, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt, even with the way most of the punditries and the journalists and all of these and most of the experts will tell you, like, you know, we're doing the right thing at the club with regards how the club is run, and we're not panicking and going into the market. If it's the right buy, it's the right buy. And as Ornstein said yesterday, Liverpool are brave enough to wait if we need to wait. Anyway, I think Sepp Van Den Berg, I think a move to Brighton would be good for him. I think just because of his experience in the Bundesliga, I would hope that would be around the 30 million mark, because he's saying 20 million plus valuation. So when he's saying 20 million plus, you know that's going to go up, and Liverpool are going to try and get the best deal possible for him. Or say, look, there's only chance of looking at 20. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, even gentlemen, Tom, how are we? Zubimendi deal back on. I thought, when was this happening? I didn't even see this. I seen something about it being nailed in the coffin yesterday about no more deal for Zubimendi at all. If there's a deal on for Zubimendi and it's not Ornstein or not Paul Joyce, or at least, you know, James Pearce after that, and I suppose it happened Merchant Romano. I suppose if any of these guys aren't posting it, I wouldn't see any kind of belief in it. If it's just one of these sites that are like Liverpool Transfer News, that any of these guys are clueless. They just pretend, they're boys playing pretend journalists. So I wouldn't pay any attention to that. While I'm at it, I'll have a quick look it up and see what it is all about. And I don't think there's going to be any truth in it. Hasn't taken a dig at Martins over a minute. Nope, I can't see anything. Not off the big boys. No. Zubimendi last one game has already changed his mind. Where's this all coming from? Okay. The social manager, I can't even say Zubimendi will not leave at the last minute. Why is he saying that? When did he say that? I don't know. Anyway, I like Joe. It's about Gomez. He's been a good squad player, but if his form drops again this season, his value will drop considerably. Yeah, if we get 40 million from him, I think he's gone. I think he's gone in there. I don't think he's going to fit in Slot's thing, but I want to see the right deal for Liverpool. So hopefully that happens. Anyway, chat, Spider, Jack, hi all. Is Jack here? Only joking. Jack's in the chat there watching. So yeah, and hello to you too, Paul. How are we? Niall, we got Spider and Jack. Joe should be a consideration for left back after last season. I think so as well, dude. I'd have him in there maybe even before the two lads that are there right now, until Robertson really gets back to full fitness, because he's not really Robert was brilliant, but he's just been a little bit overtired from the last couple of seasons. I think he could do with a full fresh break, hopefully. Yeah, I don't. Anywho, Niall, lad, if you want to pop on, dude. And when you have a chat show, I can send you a link or whatever. Or Jack can send you a link there if he's watching. You can pop on and have a chat about whatever. I don't mind talking to anybody, really, lads. As long as it's all about common sense. Obviously, it would have to be some sort of YouTuber or podcaster, because, talking to phones isn't my thing. Anyway. Very unlike Tom. Who's Tom? I'm last down all weeks. Right. Evening, Kevin, Jack. Evening, Doug. All right, Anderson going to Fulham. Is he going to Fulham? I like Anderson, man. Like, they're going to... Crystal Palace now are in trouble, because, I mean, that's just why I put him in the... You see this? I don't want lads talk me out of this. I'm like, if they lose Gahey, and then they lose one of their other defenders, and Anderson goes, well, Palace, could go for Joe Gomez. And they'd pay the 40-45 million, because they'd be desperate. Jesus. Well, like, Joe Gomez has got a lot of experience. I don't know. If you see some players there, man, they're barely even playing games and they're going for 60 million. How is Joe Gomez only going for 40, That's the thing. I don't know. Anderson going to Fulham, against Gary, because, yeah. Man, yeah, I should have kept my prediction as Palace going down, because if them two boys go, it's game over from 32. Let's get it. It's 34 now. How are we, lads? Tally ho, Dougie. I'm just going to do that accent every time I see that road. Hope that's okay, Gary. All right, Gary. Oh, Doug, I just made you sound like a right Glaswegian there, didn't I? Rather than a lad from Edinburgh. FSG must be delighted with how their profits are soaring in this transfer window. They might be. I don't know. They might be. One would love Nico Williams, Spider. Everybody would love Nico Williams. He's not moving. It's another Basque player, man. Another these kind of region players. It's a Bilbao player. They're just really into their own type. It's very hard to get them out. I mean, the only reason that Kepa left the team was, for like 100 million, which is nuts considering. I don't even know where he is now. Anyway. Rumours are Sepp has been at Brentford a few days ago, so this could already have been done. 25 million, that's nearly 16 million from players who have never been in first team. That's good, K-Mac. That's really good money. Talk sport, Spider. Oh, what kind of sport? What kind of sport? After the last game, he said that. Was it? Oh, wow. I'm about Spider if you want to guess. Yeah, pop on there, okay? Jack will send you the link there if you want to pop on, dude. I have no hassle. If we sign Anderson, Darren will lose his shit. Okay. Callum. Hello, Callum. How are we? Welcome back. Family days. Do you think Jones can stay fit this year? We need him to be good this year. No stop and start. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how Jones gets into this side. Only as a utility player, maybe. Yeah. Oh, you mean Anderson going back to Fulham? So isn't that who he got sent off against in his first game? Was it? Anyway, Jones staying fit. I love Jones, man. I've also heard some bad stories recently about his attitude with people. And why you say no? Because there's a dude that he works in an airport and he's got a channel online, and it came out in the last 3 or 4 days that he's met a lot of Liverpool players traveling back and forth and stuff like that. But the worst, and like world superstars and Messi and all that, and the worst person the worst human being he said he ever came across was Jones. Didn't like hearing that, man. Because I knew like you can have a bit of cockiness about him and a bit of, and it looks like he's a sound lad and all of that. But you don't know what people, if they're having a bad day or something, you know, what way they'll react or what. But apparently he didn't treat this fella pretty well, and the man didn't even say anything to him. So anyway, but I don't know about him. I think he could have been going through a bad time, you know, because of his situation at Liverpool. Anybody can get stressed, and maybe we have to understand that when we come across him in real life, that they mightn't be in the best of form. Maybe, you know. So I have to be fair when it comes to that. And so going back to Fulham. Cool beans. Jack, if you're there, man, can you send Cave Mac a link? And he can come on there. If he pops in, and I'll set it up. Paul Davies. Hi, Spider. Surely you can just call me Kev, lads. I know my channel's called Spider LFC, but just call me Kev. All right. Surely Joe has to fetch upwards of 50 million due to his position. That's exactly what I just said earlier. Exactly. I think so, because he's such a utility player. He has to be worth that. So all of these, like if Sepp Van Den Berg is worth 20 plus million and Joe's going for 30 million, that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? After a fellow who gave 10 years and injuries and this and that, he's got to be worth 50 million. He's not regardless of what people say, he's not an injury prone player. He just had 2 really bad injuries that slowed him down. And they kept him on the bench more so than on the injury table, you know. Our squad could challenge for a league with one signing, as we're well stocked in all departments, maybe number 6. I think so. Look, again, I think we need a hard tackling centre midfielder that can pass as well, not just a bruiser. I think the out-and-out bruiser thing is going to be gone. I think we already have a fella that can almost do that in Gravenberg. And I think if we can rotate Gravenberg, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and if we're going against kind of like a more open team, you could probably stick Elliott in there then as well, you know, because Szoboszlai will tackle more, and this is what Slot likes about Szoboszlai, is that he'll track back more and tackle more. Elliott was trying it in the pre-season, but he's still a small lad. He's more, you know, you're right attacking mid your cam position. He could probably move out the Salah way as well, but he'd be less effective. He's better when he's kind of turning in on the left foot, same way kind of Diaz is on the other side. But his ability and eye for a pass is phenomenal. And I think he's added brilliant passes to his game, as well as, you know, being more of a layoff pivot than anything else, you know. So number 6 maybe not, but another midfielder would be great. Gerard recommended Klopp kept Jones, which tells a lot. Gerard isn't a good manager and recognize players and these things. I'd agree there, Callum, to be honest with you. I'd actually agree. At the start, loved Jones' bravado and stuff like that, and then when he got into the side, I was thinking he always holds onto the ball way too long. Click the share button on the screen, lad. Post it in chat. Okay, where's the share button on the screen? Share. Is this the banners thing? Friend. Share button. I can't see it all, Jack. I know where you are. If you can have a look, that'd be great. Click and go, Jobby. Alright, lads. Now I think a matter of time before Newcastle come in for Gomez. Swap for good. Yeah, I think that's the aim, isn't it? And I think Liverpool are interested in Gordon, and I think they are interested in that type of player. Maybe maybe wants that kind of playmaking, ball at feet type of player, you know. I mean, regardless of whatever game time he's doing, you know, doing at Newcastle mightn't be playing to his strengths at all. Maybe he'll come in and be a worldly at Liverpool, but he was really good at everything. You know, he can run with the ball, and you know he can finish. So, I mean, that's all we really need, really. Is it? It doesn't have to be the next Messi or whatever, but will he offer more than some of the other lads that can play that position? He'll come in and offer more than Jones does as an attacking player lately. Because for me, Jones is going back too much. He's got all of this percentage in passing, but 85% of that 90% is going backwards to like the way Henderson used to do. But nobody ever used to praise Henderson for his lack of dropped passes, where his passes would be up in the 95, 96 percentile, but they were always going backwards. That's the thing. So we got to look at it from that point of view as well. Yeah. Yes, lads, click the share button on the screen, lad. Post it in chat. I don't know where that share button is, Jack. I don't know where it is. I see comments, banners, brand. Where's the share? Stop. Present. Oh, invite. There's an invite. So copy. There you go. Let me see that. Alright, okay. If you're still there, bud. Or no, you're there if you're still there as well. Pop in. I see it there in the chat. Surely Nat will go as well. Yeah, just talks about him going. I would send them both that way if Crystal Palace needed them, man. And we could get a deal done for Gahey and just slip it in on the Newcastle's nose. Here, lads, you want 2 defenders? You know? We've Nat Phillips there and Sepp Van Den Berg. You can take 2 defenders on if you want. They're dirt cheap as well. You pay them by the week. You know, and so still throw him 30 million or something for Gahey. Laughing. Oh, that's a deal what we reckon. And then you can still sell Joe Gomez to Newcastle and grab Gordon. Yeah, just saying. I don't think they'll want to sell Gordon, and Newcastle fans really don't want Gomez either from what I've seen. They'd fume at that deal. And I know there's not much out there that's going at the moment besides Gahey, and they don't really have any good backups. I think Joe Gomez is better than a couple of the defenders that they have in there at the moment, regardless of the more game time that they have. I think once he gets a good run of games in his belt, he could become their best defender. He was brilliant. Like, look how good he was for us next to Verge in that 18-19 season. And then, again, last season, shame about the injuries. Anyway, Keller on his bike next year. I think so. Look, we'll get to that there now in a second. I'll talk about this in a second. I know, Dara. Gordon, right-footed. Salah loves to cut inside, maybe won't hit Salah's number, but he's a good. Of course he is. He's good, and he can lay off the ball. He's rapid, quick as well, and I think that's what we're kind of missing as well up that side, because Diaz is good and he's really good with his feet and stuff like that. And he's got a stride, but he's not quicker than Gordon. Gakpo is not quicker than Gordon. Jota is not quicker than Gordon. Nunez is not quicker than Gordon. I think from back to front, Salah and Gordon can just bomb. And I think that's what Slat likes. He likes 2 wingers that can really bomb up the sides, And we'll see. Yeah. Dara with new keepers. Well, actually, yeah, while we're doing that, I'll change the pictures for that so we can segment our way into. Oh, you're here, Kay. Jesus, buddy, I didn't even see you. And there's 2 Ks in there. Now we'll get into that. Yeah, Mac, how's it going, lad?
All right, mate. Can you hear us?
You talking?
Can you hear us?
Mm-hmm. Let me get rid of that off your face there.
Can you hear us, yeah?
Might have to choose your microphone. Is he in? Yeah.
Can you hear us? Yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe it's my headset.
Can you hear us?
You didn't even turn it on. Because Jack is not here. Jack, I know you to talk to. Nobody. No, I'm there. Yeah. No, you seem too busy talking to Jack. I figure, how are you, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. It's exactly what Richard Hughes said, isn't it? Really, it's funny. It's funny that he said that a couple of weeks ago that it'd be crazy towards the end.
He did. He was spot on. So yeah, it's spot on. So like if I quite like what Ornstein said about Hughes and Edwards. in that interview. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? I don't know which one it was, but he was at the side of the pitch. But I seen on Twitter, and he had a lot of praise for these guys, and he said, look, they come highly recommended. I think Jack is behind the thing because I can hear him already, Jack. I can hear him. You see, I didn't turn on the headset because I wasn't talking to anybody tonight. So there you go. Anyway, getting to the next bit of news, we have this guy. Giorgi Mamardashvili's move to Liverpool for June 2025, now getting close, advancing to final stages. Liverpool and Valencia in contact to agree on add-on structure package over 30 million euros. Mamardashvili would stay at Valencia on loan one season. I think that's one hell of a deal.
The thing with that one is, I believe that we tried to do the loan deal to Bournemouth, and we started to get a bit wrapped up in the whole. How does this actually work? Is this legal? Like, can we sign a player and then loan him to the Premier League? Can that happen? And I don't think the rules are that clear that we could actually do that. And also, Bournemouth were going to pay us 4 million. They were going to pay 4 million for the fee, but that was going to be over the year. And I don't think Valencia wanted that. I think Valencia wanted to keep their goalkeeper, and we're obviously going to pay more now, but he's going to stay there.
We're doing an Naby Keita.
It looks
just
that way.
Hopefully it just doesn't turn out the same as what Naby did, getting that injury and the thing, you know.
But the thing about it, though, mate, is like, can you imagine how rushed this would have been if they'd have had to find themselves a goalkeeper to replace him with, like, before they sold him? Because that's what they were saying. You can have him, but we need to get a goalie.
It's the perfect deal for all parties in concern, because they know that they've got a year now to replace him. We've got a good goalkeeper to come in on the way. You know, with Queven Keller, probably he mightn't leave in this window, but he might leave in it. He's probably been asked to stay another year, and this is the best deal for Liverpool, I think, to get it over the line. So, for all concerned, there's not really much to talk about this, and this was something that was going to be inevitably happening anyway. There was talk recently in the last couple of days of Manchester United trying to step in or something like that. And I don't know where that came from, but I think this has always been kind of done and dusted. Oh yeah, by a country. But I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. For me, he was the best. He was the best goalkeeper in the Euros.
You know what's weird about this, and I'm going to talk about it on my show tomorrow, but I'll talk about it now. Is, you know, this future proofing?
Yeah,
really does make me think that they're all going to leave apart from Trent. Like, on a free. It really does make me think that Edwards is like, look, guys, you've given us absolutely everything. Like, you can all leave on your own terms. Like Salah, Virgil van Dijk, you know, potentially Alisson, because when his contract runs out is probably when we get that guy in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
And even the likes of Robbo, and, you know, I feel like they're just being given a lot of respect, to be fair. Like, you know, but I think there's going to be some mad players coming in, mate.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I have an awful feeling as well. We're just going to go nuts over the next couple of 2 or 3 windows.
I feel January. I feel like January we're probably going to start future-proofing for the other areas.
That'd be a good thing to see.
We maybe get a Bakayoko, or we maybe, you know, get. I don't know. I don't even know who, mate, because who knows?
Yeah. We don't even know idea at this stage.
Gordon doesn't play on the right, so what's the point?
He doesn't. Yeah, I don't know either. It's all good news for future proofing as well as that. I would still like the lads to extend their contracts, but if they don't, at least we're doing the right thing by future proofing. I don't want to see us left in the lurch and having to desperately replace like we did that time. Oh, Trent needs to be saying.
Going nowhere. But the thing about it as well, if you look at it this way as well, look, if Virgil van Dijk leaves next year on a free when his contract expires, Trent's guaranteed to be captain.
100%.
So that's another massive, like,
incentive.
You know, incentive for him. Look, Virgil's leaving on a free the following year. He's probably going to go to wherever, and it's going to annoy us, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can be the captain. Like, we're offering you that. Like.
Yeah, I think, look, as much as I love Verge and all like that, I think the other two are more important to keep. I love Salah, and I think if he's back to his done him best. I would give him the extra 2 years, like keep topping up his contract by 2 years. I don't think he wants to leave. I know Trent doesn't want to leave, but anybody's head could get torn by Real Madrid as well. But hopefully we just do that deal and get it done by November or even October would be great.
Apparently, Real Madrid are in talks with Denzel Dumfries, who's a right back.
Okay. Yeah, you need a frame as well, won't you?
Right back from Inter Milan.
Yeah.
In talks with him, apparently. So
that's either to turn Trent's head to force his hand with the club and say, it is, yeah, it's great. It's great all around because I think that just forces us to talk to Trent quicker. I think so. Yeah, that's good from me. But look, that deal is.
I'm convinced that we've been talking to Trent before the Euros because Trent's not the person that's come out and said, "Well, they've not spoken to me." He's never said that. It was Virgil and it was Salah who said, "They haven't spoke to us."
But if you said to me that we were going to, if we future-proof somebody like Bastoni or somebody like this, and then you said to me, okay, well, if Liverpool are talking to Bastoni, then maybe it's okay that Virgil sees out his contract, or maybe it's a way for them to say like Virgil are going to stay on the same wage, aren't you? Or we're just going to we're going to have to do something to try and make our money back in that way. Either let you go or sell you or top up your contract accordingly. I don't know what they're going to do. With regards I think Virgil's the hardest one to do out of all of them. I think Salah wants to stay. I think Trent definitely wants to stay. And I think Virgil is the one that's worrying. That's why he's making comments in the media. I think he's the most worried out of all of them for a new contract or a contract renewal. He wants to see what's happening. He wants to also save face. He doesn't know what's happening. So we'll see what way that works. But I do think it's a big one there. Anyway, we look at a few comments here. That's your link stream
after we just spoke then.
There was a few, yeah. We need a centre back first and foremost, even if we keep Gomez. I agree. You agree with that? Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. We need even if we get rid of Sepp Van Den Berg, which looks very likely now, we need a centre back. We need a left-footed centre back, by the way. Everybody's right-footed.
There's Hincapie's, there's Bastoni's left-footed, isn't he?
The Hincapie one is really interesting, by the way, because look who's just popped up with 25 million for Sepp. Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to leave Bayer Leverkusen because he didn't get enough game time last season? Hincapie, who is quite possibly the best out there. I mean, he's just won 3 trophies in the last 2 years. Like, he's a winner. He's still young. He can play on the left. He can play as a centre back. His progressive passing is almost as good as Inaccio's, who's the other guy that we're heavily linked with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, no one's going to be able to replace Virgil van Dijk, by the way. I'm not saying anyone is.
No,
he's still the best defender in the world now. Like, he is going to be irreplaceable. But we are going to have to move on from these players eventually. And the Alisson sign with him, with Mamardashvili, is it's pretty obvious that we're future-proofing for when they go. Like, they are going to go eventually. Like, it's just when. I don't want them to all go bloody next year, though. Jesus.
No, not all at the same time. Yeah, I would extend Salah and extend Trent, and then hopefully extend. It all depends, really. Man, it's just if one of them is going to go, at least keep the other two. I'll let you answer this next one here because I'm going to change my battery.
But you can't blame Hughes and Edwards for this one. I'm sorry, you just can't blame Hughes and Edwards. Like, this was. I don't know how this happened, to be fair. I just can't get my head around how this was allowed to happen. Like, but it just was. But you can't blame those two guys. Like, how do you sell the project if there's no one in the project? Like, you can't speak to Salah and Trent and Virgil van Dijk and go, yeah, this is what we're planning on doing. Okay, who's the manager? Oh, well, we haven't quite got that one yet.
Yeah.
What are you selling?
But honestly said himself yesterday, like the lads only started in the spring and they had to replace the manager immediately, which means that all transfer talks and things had to go on hold until they talk to the new manager. There's all of this stuff happening in the background, and you can't be blaming lads that have just started a job for not future planning a job that they didn't know that they had yet. So it's a weird one. Yeah, it's just a lot of people that just don't know the situation going on within the club and how the structure has just changed dramatically within the club. Like FSG aren't even involved. It's just dramatically, and like Edwards
We
has
haven't
been
even got a
sanctioned to
set
kind of
piece
spend.
coach yet. We still got that on LinkedIn. And we frigging need one after those corners.
Yeah, I might apply for that. Anyway, we listen. Okay, you can answer this one there if you want.
No, is he linked with Bournemouth? That's an interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
you need a keeper.
Yeah.
I mean, Mamardashvili's not going there now.
No, he's not going there now. So they 100% need a keeper.
So what I've actually heard is Wolves approached us because they're going for Aaron Ramsdale, aren't they now? So Wolves approached us and said, "Look, we've only got about 20 million to spend.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to give you like a £5 million fee for a year's loan of Keller, and then obviously we'll be committed to sign him in the future."
Yeah.
And we said, "Well, how about some of your players?"
How about Eight Nori?
In particular one on the left.
Yeah.
And they just said no chance.
They said no.
And they've then gone to look at Ramsdale. But how the mighty have fallen! Like how Arsenal were raving about Ramsdale, thinking he was the best thing since sliced bread, and now he could be off to Wolves on loan.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, but I mean, Arsenal tend to big up a lot of their own hype, really, aren't they? When it comes to a certain amount of players, something like that. Yeah, something around there. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. We have a look really quickly. What we got? 15 million. Ramsdale to Arsenal. I don't know. I'll have a look. Ramsdale to Arsenal. Bit the same. No, this is talking. No, to Arsenal. No. How much? It's not even saying how much it was. Can't see it at the moment. Probably it's probably about 50 mil. It's a couple of places saying 50, a couple of million saying 42. I don't. We just say 45 in the middle.
56 out.
Yeah, I can't see it here. I'll find it. Well, yeah. So Kelleher getting into that thing. So something about preseason tells me Slat likes Phillips, but I don't know. Nah, I don't think so, Callum. I think he's done and dusted, man. I think he's always been. We all love Nat Phillips as a bit of a cult hero for the season him and Reece put in when we lost all of our defence. Then all of our midfield moved into our defence. And Reece is gone. Yeah, he's kind of. I had that up here somewhere, and
he's gone to
Morecambe. I had it up in the other one. Reece leaving Morecambe, man. I don't know.
I didn't even know they had a football team, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I knew that anyway. It's all the years I grew up listening to your man going, Morecambe 2, Brighton Hove Albion 1. That guy. Yeah, I could understand you that. That guy, the fellow who says 2, that guy, who moved from BBC to Sky, wasn't it? No, getting back to the comments, where are we? Just send a comp of the Clive one by Nat and Sanseri. Yeah. Or that back, it was him making up for that own goal against United is one of my favourite memories of him as well. When he knocked it into the back of the net from Bruno's shot, and the shot was going bloody wide, and he went up the other end and backheeled it to Jota, which is great.
The thing I will say about Nat, by the way, and you can come at me in the chat if you want. He did have a similar type of player to Nat at Feyenoord in David Hancho. Like he was just a big brute. I like Hank. He wasn't particularly a fancy player. So he might see Nat. Like I know you might come with me, but he might genuinely see Nat as a fifth choice centre back for a year because Nat goes on a free transfer. Then
I'd be okay with that.
Not really.
Well, as a fifth choice.
Who are you going to get? Like, what are you going to promise the guy who you signed to replace, say, Gomez, who's then going to be fourth choice? Sorry, no, is he fourth choice? No. Yeah, he'd be fourth choice. So what are you going to promise him? Like, and how much are you going to spend on a fourth choice centre back? Because he's not going to play on the left for Virgil van Dijk because he's never out of the team, but he might do for a couple of games. So are you going to go for a guy that might need to transition into the league like an Inacio or like a Hincapié, who'd be okay with, being brought into the league slowly because they're coming from a foreign league?
Yeah.
But Gahey's going to want to start. He's just been made captain as well.
He's flying at the moment.
Like for me, I think they've thrown the kitchen sink at Gahey, and I don't think he's going to go. Like they went 65 million, so Newcastle bid 65 million, then we went no 70, and then they went, well, you just said 65 million, and then before that you said 55 million, and they just keep on putting the price up every time they come at them. So I don't think they want to let him go. And Gahey's done an interview as well, which was a bit weird. If you actually find the interview, he basically says, I don't see myself as a star player. And I'm like,
really?
Have you got no ambition, mate? Like, you were playing for England in the Euros final, and you were good. Like,
I think he's comfortable being kind of a regular player. He doesn't want that kind of hype.
I don't see myself as a star player. I don't see myself as as the main guy. Like, and I'm like, well,
I think I've seen it there.
Because you're gonna be a big player. Like,
he says it here.
You start acting like it.
It was done on August 14th by Sky Sports.
Weird interview.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that now. I'll leave that pause on that page for later. Andrew Quinn. How are you, Andrew? Apparently Dave O'Quap tweeted before that Leverkusen has bid 25 million, which has been accepted. So Sepp has a decision, either Brentford or Bayern. I think we have a decision, either Hincapié or Tony. I wouldn't mind it if we were going to do a part player, but yeah.
My own point of view on this, by the way, is I think he will go to Brentford. And the reason why I think he'll go to Brentford, he suits the way Brentford play. He's playing in the best league in the world. He's also going to replace players that are aging. So if you look at Brentford's, defence, they've got Ben Mee, who's 35, and they've got Pinnock, who's like 32. Like, they're aging defenders, central defenders.
They're going to want to build a defence in front of him.
Exactly, and he's going to play next to the Irish lad who I can't remember his name. Who they
O'Shea?
No, not
O'Shea, is it?
No, I can't remember his name. Someone tell me in the chat who it is. Who's the?
Wait, I'm looking at the team here now.
Centre back pairing.
So
I think he's got Nathan Collins.
Collins. Jesus, what am I saying?
No, centre back. Centre back.
Yeah. I was thinking.
So, and to be honest, like, he probably suits Thomas Frank's way of playing. Like, so I think he's got a better pathway to becoming a fit. I don't think Aya's been really that good. I think he's also gets injured a lot as well, Aya. But they've only got really 4 centre backs, and one of them's 30, 35 now. Like Ben Mee, still a good player, like, but he's 35.
So do you like about that?
Look at Bayer Leverkusen. They play with a back 3. Yeah, and they've got like 5. They've got 5 centre backs, and Tar still hasn't gone to Bayern Munich, so he's still not out of the team. So they've got Tar, they've got Taposa, they've got Hincapié, and they've also got that other guy whose name I can't pronounce, who's from the Ivory Coast.
I don't
know how to.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
So they've got him, and they want to sign him. Like, Hincapié only got about 16 games in the league last season, which is the reason why he wants to leave.
Exactly.
So where does he go? Like, you know what I mean? He's putting himself in a situation where he's going to be 4th choice, 5th choice again.
Yeah. So, I think I can see the move to Brentford probably suits him better. It doesn't suit us because he'll go to Brentford. He'll have a better career there, but then he'll end up going to one of the other bigger teams again, I think. Kelleher, if he improves. And I don't want to be playing against him.
It also looks like we've got a good relationship with Brentford. Like,
we have.
Like we did a great deal. I mean, 17.5% like sell-on clause for
That seems to be the
Carvalho
current
and
business,
27
isn't it?
million. 27
Mm.
million for a guy we paid 4 million for.
Mm.
Like that's just brilliant business. Like it just
It
is.
is.
So
Yeah.
25 million for a guy that we paid 4 million for again, and has
Yeah.
never played a game for us. Never played a competitive game. I mean, he might have played one Champions League game, like
It's the
2
same as
years ago.
Solanke. What did he get? About 3-4
Just great
games, 3
business.
starts, something like that. Yeah. So, but look how
Great
much money
business.
he's made there.
And we're probably going to throw another 17.5% on top of him as well, because we've done it
Oh yeah,
with
100%.
we've done it
I
with
think that's the standard now.
Bobby
I think
Clark.
it's
That's just our
17.5%.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Like
our
20
standard. I
million
think.
plus. You got to pay
Yeah.
20 million plus for any Liverpool player, and you got to put 17.5% on. There you go.
That's
It's
one
just
way to turn
brilliant. I mean,
over. That's one way to turn over the academy players. Somebody was saying in the chat to me the other day. I was only saying to the Jack as well. There was a man in the chat. And he was talking about, oh, I thought Liverpool was this like developing club and this and that. And I said, we are. I just said it's only a handful. I said, oh yeah, but there's nobody playing really in your team at the moment. That's from the academy. And I just went like straight. I was like, Jones. I said,
named about 6 players.
I was just saying about 7-8 players straight off the top of my head. Some that are coming on. I said most of the cup team last year was all youth players. Oh, but you're getting rid of Bobby Clark and all that. Bobby Clark played about 5 or 6 games for us, and we're
Wasn't our
making.
academy player. We
He
signed him from
wasn't
Newcastle's academy.
exactly.
Have you also heard about Bobby Clark as well? By the way, this
Mm.
came out recently, which I think is crazy. By the way, the
Huh?
only reason we got Bobby Clark from Newcastle is because Jurgen Klopp guaranteed him first team football, like a pathway to first team football ahead of anybody else. It's the only reason we got Bobby Clark.
Wow,
Isn't that interesting?
which just goes,
Jurgen
but
Klopp
he
goes.
played him.
Jurgen
Yeah,
Klopp goes, and who wants to leave the club? Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark has to leave
yeah,
because he knows he wasn't guaranteed it anymore.
yeah.
It's an
No,
interesting
no,
one.
it
Like,
is. It is. No, it's spot on because like Neoni even on that side, because I seen Bobby mostly playing on the left and not deep. Martin and Boychetta should have more of a chance in the deeper role than Bobby Clark. On the left hand side, you're sitting there. Jones is ahead of him in the pecking order. If we're playing that position, I thought Carvalho would be if he was staying. And then this new lad Neoni that everybody's raving about is, that played in the pre-season and got himself a goal. He's definitely up there in the pecking order in slot size because he's giving him chances
he's
straight.
in the
Yeah,
first team. He's
yeah.
in the first team squad now.
He's giving him chances
He'll
left,
be
right, and centre.
registered. Well, he won't be
I think so.
registered like properly, but he'll be in the
Which is great. I mean, that's another youth player coming through, which is what you'd want to see. You don't have to spend 60 and 70 million every season, lads, to bring a player through when a lad comes through on that left hand side straight away. But Chetic, I'm hoping is going to be like a new player to come in and play in the team because he was phenomenal for us for that last 6 months. He got getting that Champions League football that time. He was instrumental in coming into the midfield when we were missing Fabinho.
So the Patetic one as well.
Mm.
I mean, this is just genuinely a chat with me and you here, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this actually ties into the Mamardashvili deal.
Yeah.
There's rumours that we actually offered Patetic to the Mamadash deal, the Mamardashvili deal as well. We tried to throw him in on loan for a year. We're trying to get rid of him to a Spanish team on loan, by the looks of it.
Supermendi was one of them as well, didn't it, in that deal?
Yeah. The
I don't know.
Zubimendi stuff's mad. Like the club owner, the club manager, literally said after the game that they lost, that he scored in the 98th minute or something.
Yeah, I see that.
He could still leave. He could still leave.
What? Like they're shutting it down and end up being what kind of it's a nuts club that nobody knows what they're talking about. It's like everybody's saying nobody knows what's going on there.
I mean, what we need to do really is we probably need to I don't know, we probably need to show his wife and kids some pictures of mountains.
Yeah.
PowerPoint presentation of mountains and Liverpool in the background, because they're the reason why his family aren't willing to move. Like he came out and said it in an interview, not in a football magazine either. It was in something else. I found it online. Like it was only like a week ago, but he spoke to his wife and his kid, and they just said we're not prepared to move to to the UK yet. It's too soon. Like he's a
He's
homebody.
25.
He's a
He's
homebody and he's
25.
not
Yeah, I know.
ambitious.
I get that. I get that. That's what I thought. He was a bit of a homeboard, and he wasn't ambitious. But I mean, come on, lads. I'm not sexist in any way, shape, or form. But your wife should not be deciding where you play football in such a short career of making that much money. Really, if
do
you're
you
marrying
remember
into a
the
footballer's life, come on.
do you remember the Fabinho deal when we only found out that he was going to Saudi because his wife was on Instagram. His wife was on Instagram looking for
Places in
places
Saudi Arabia. Yeah,
to buy stuff in Saudi Arabia.
some of these.
Someone was
Yeah,
following her and they looked at all the things that she started following and they were like, why is she
he's moving to
interested in
Saudi.
Saudi Arabia?
Oh my god, man. I think lads should be told to sign contracts to not get a wife until they're at least 28. You know, and then just to say, look, lads, it's like a priesthood. Footballers are now like priesthood. You're not allowed to have a wife until you're 28. You're not allowed to take a wife until you're 28 because they only get in the way. No offense, there's probably like 99% of the wives out there are brilliant and very supportive. I know that, but there's a handful, man, that just don't get it, and they don't understand like that's getting in the way of a footballer's career like that. Moving from a club like Sociedad to Liverpool is a mass. It's a
There's
massive
a lot
one.
of people in the chat that think the
There's a lot of people. 95. Yeah, lads. If you're not, the wags will be
Oh, by the
listening.
way,
They're
if
gonna
you come over from my channel, follow this channel, subscribe to this
Yes.
channel.
If you don't mind,
Can
Liz.
you put the link in the chat?
Of
Actually, I'll do it because it goes over to my channel. 2 secs. I'll do it.
yeah,
Because I shared, so I'll sort that.
yeah.
You know.
So the
On my channel.
there's a few video now, lads. There's 90 odd video. I've been watching the whole time. But lads, if you are there and you're watching, please subscribe. Please like. It's the only way that the algorithm sees the channel. And you know, there's a lot of you being over here recently, and it was there before. It's just that we weren't as active for a while. You know, just due to life and stuff. You know yourself. We're on every night, normally at 6 p.m., but this is a late show tonight. Mainly because Jack was working. If you haven't seen us before, he's the guy that started the channel. And you know, I had family things going on as well. But you know, I popped on myself tonight, and K-Mac jumped on me as well. While we're here, I offered another couple of lads to pop in and have a chat. But we're just doing basic news, you know. We're talking about the Sepp Van Den Berg deal. We're talking about Fabrizio Romano, pointing out the stages of the Mamardashvili deal. And a few other things, actually, just to get one thing out of the way, which would be good news for us as well, especially for the stadium. This is the main thing that I've been looking at for the last couple of years. And it's because Liverpool need a tram system or some sort of train system to be able to, you know, it has to be some sort of access to the city and back direct in either the train. It can't be a bus or something like that. But then there's these new type buses that are coming out and assisting. So the mayor of Liverpool, so it's landed. Steve has pledged to have a rapid transport system up and running to the region's airport and football stadia by 2028. To help develop those plans, a glider is being tested across the region this week. Keep your eyes peeled and let us know if you spot it. So this is it. It's like a electronic automated tram bus system. It's not even really like a bus. It's like more like a tram, but on wheels. It's weird, but it's all of these new kind of like Japanese technologies and that you see over there with the trams just running on their own to and from the airport, which means, you know, it'll go to more stadiums, which means that any stadium that it does head towards in Liverpool can finally go above 70,000 seater stadium. And I think, look, the only way that they're going to develop Liverpool again is by the Candidate Leaf stand was the last one to be done before the main stand and all of those ones, but they're going to have to double do the COP and the Candidate Leaf stand at the same time. They can't just do the COP and bring it up. They're going to have to do it and build it so that the COP is actually held up nearly by the Candidate Leaf stand to go over to the stadium. So that's going to be a big job. And if this system,
haven't they said that that they're not gonna do any more on the stand for a while? I believe they're putting in a fan park, which is
that's underneath, isn't it?
Pretty much what Man City have done. Like they're building a fan park which is on the opposite side of the ground, and also if
I
there's
know
any
the bottom
work
floor.
they were going to do the connectors, like Old Trafford, where it curves round.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were going
That's
to
what's on
do
about
that and they actually got, and the thing that annoys me as well, is they actually got a quote for that, and that was also, and that could have all been included, in the actual stand that was just done, and they said no. Some of the things they do are dumb sometimes. They just are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Some of the things they do are really dumb.
I know the bottom floor and the ground floor underneath the hospitality in the Anfield Road was part of the fan park. It was going to be built right in that way.
Yeah, right.
Is what it looked like.
They got rid of those houses,
Yeah.
didn't they, for that fan
Yeah.
park? Yeah.
So it can be done out that way, but I don't know what they're going to do there. Huge. Huge amount.
There's a big, I mean, at the end of the day, once Everton's ground gets binned, we could probably do something there as well.
Yeah.
When they go into administration, then
their
fans will probably end up coming to our ground in the end.
Yeah. We're gonna have to book up to about 100,000 seaters. What are we on 60 now? They're on about 40. That's about 100,000. I'd say, just to accommodate everybody, I think. Anyway, lads, we're going to run through some more comments as we're going for an hour so far, but it's a jam-packed show tonight. So Callum, something about the preseason telling me Slot Phillips, but I don't know. Oh yeah, we got through that. You see, we've done all of these. We can hear, we can beat them. Your end. There we go. Looking fresh, K-Mac from Jan. Chat show, Kev. Wonder if we still loan Dan's.
Camera now, though. To be fair,
do you have a shave, K? Is it the shave?
I hadn't shaved my beard for months.
Sorry, I can't do mine. I sing for a living, so I can't shave. I can do it. I can do it for Christmas.
I left a tash before, and my wife was like, "You look like a musketeer, because I've got the long hair."
Yeah.
She's like, "You look like a musketeer," and I was like, "Do you like it then?" And she's like, "No."
It's all right. So
we just went and shaved it off.
Almost like a Highlander look. I can hear you, a big. Oh, there you go. There's Luke in chat. I take it that's Luke. Big up, Kev. Yeah, would be. LK Sup. 25 million is good business. He was great for George in the Euros. He's massive as well. Yeah, he's huge. And some great saves. Big up Keller leaving in January or the summer. Alexander de Los, how are you? Hola. Sounds like atrocious business to me. What is...
I think it means the player's leaving on freeze.
Oh, okay, it could be. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
You're catching up from what was going on before.
That's why, that's the way. I'm trying to go through them as quickly as possible, but there was a good few people in the chat. So 25-26, we're in the top 7 fight, I guess. No, I don't think so. We're not going to get to that stage. We have a good manager in now at the moment, and I think, as me and K-Mac alluded to earlier, we believe that there's a lot of work, there's a lot of business going to be done, regardless of this window, but there's a lot of business going to be done over the next 2 windows, I think, to start replacing some of these players big time. And I think, I still think there's going to be business done in this window, besides the Mamardashvili deal. I think if there's a chance to do something, we'll do it. I think we're just hanging on because clubs know we want to buy, and then we're just going to all do it kind of last second to kind of force the hand a bit and turn the player's head and, give them... We'll turn the player's head first and then maybe give the club a panic chance that they bring in the player. And then when they do bring in the player, then they're like, oh, no, we have to sell the guy that we thought was leaving. And then, all this kind of... There's loads of different factors and scenarios that can happen. Like Hoopia did with Gerrard. It's the hand of captaincy over for... that's what he's on about, the captaincy from... when you were talking about Virgil van Dijk handed over to Trent. So, don't freeze. LK says, Milan fans will be happy. They don't like Dumfries over there, do they?
No, I'm not going to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, so they're starting off for Black and K-Max race for a second.
They throw fruit on the pitch over in those countries.
It's horrible. Why would anybody go to play? Why don't anybody go to play there then? If the club doesn't sign anyone,
players out there, black players play there, it's mad.
It's nuts. If the club doesn't sign anyone, they sure they don't want to win. With that taken into account, none of these players should re-sign for the sake of their careers. We can't give generational wealth either. That's a good point. It is a good point, but these guys are still in their prime. So while they're in their prime, I would like them to play at Liverpool. But some of the young lads leaving is a good thing. We're doing brilliant business when it comes to keeping the best talent that we possibly can and getting the best out of them, even if it is only for a couple of seasons within the top squad. And then the rest of the guys that we put on the shop window, we show their best attributes for a short period of time, and then we put them out for good money, which is the best way to do business. Also,
the thing is with Salah and Virgil van Dijk, it's up to us to prove to them that it's worth them staying.
Yeah.
To win, to try and win another trophy. Because if we're not competing, then they probably will want to leave. Because they're in their final years. It'll be their last contract. If Salah can go and play for PSG for a couple of years and win loads of trophies, because it's like a farmers league, or Virgil goes to Real Madrid because they seem to like taking people on frees and win a couple of trophies, then you can't really blame him. Like, it's up to us to show the ambition.
I don't, but he doesn't look as smiley as he normally does. I know Trent is always kind of that way, but he does look like there's a bit of a weight on his shoulders when he's playing. He's playing brilliant football, but it looks like he's actually the kind of Gerrard look that he had that time with Chelsea, where he wasn't always smiley. He was kind of serious, always the head down, kind of like not really making like a. Yeah, I think so. Lately, I've seen a different change just in his mannerism, but I still don't think he's going to leave. I don't think. I think that it's there on the back of his head. Bang bang Real Madrid. Bang bang Real Madrid. Bang bang Real Madrid. And then he's just got to shut it down. Probably, could be. Yeah.
Probably his brother, mate. Like, that's the. Yeah. I mean, I've said this before. Like, that's what we need to worry about. Like agents who are agents of agencies. Yeah. They're just standard. Like they'll want to get a deal, but if nothing happens, they'll just move on to their next client.
Yeah.
But if your client is your actual relative, then you're sat there going, I could get a big payday here. Like, I'm his brother, I'm his dad. Like, I could get 20 million, 10 million, whatever. Like, that is like life-changing money for this deal. They're all in. Like, and they are going to be like this. Like he went on holiday with he went on holiday with his brother, and also some of Jude's mates, and Jude. Like, he spent his summer holidays with the guy that wants him to come to Real Madrid.
I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal.
I don't know. He's one of ours. Like. I think he'll be torn like Gerrard will be. Like, he's one of
his dream is to become captain of Liverpool.
He's won stuff with Liverpool. Like, Gerrard didn't win the league with Liverpool, so that temptation was definitely there. But he knows he could probably do it again with Liverpool. He's got 5 years. Like, well, actually, he's probably got 7 years, and he's in 25.
More than that. Yeah. He's got a whole career. He could easily
7.5 to get him to stay, mate.
Yeah,
he will be offered the biggest contract ever at Liverpool. I just think he will. Like,
yeah, well, he'll be up on Salah money anyway, I think. It was at 320, 350. Yeah. So he'll be up that way. Salah will be probably pushed up another 20 grand or probably an extra few bob based on his goal return. But it's I think he just wants to stay.
I think Salah leaves, mate, on a free.
You think he leaves,
Yeah, I think he leaves on a free. I just think there's probably been something said with Edwards. But if we start challenging this year, don't be surprised if Virgil and Salah sign new contracts in the next couple of months if we're top of the table. Like, don't be surprised, because they'll be like,
I think so.
This club's going somewhere again. Like, and I think we are. I genuinely think we are.
I do as well. No way Madrid are going for Dumfries. Sounds like fake news to me. Could be. But who else was going? Did you say was it Real Madrid in for Dumfries? Is that what you said?
There's another team as well.
Another team, yeah.
I think it's a French team.
United, wasn't it, as well? When they were looking at him. Haven't heard too much about Martin. I'm guessing he's not in the plan, so surely we're cashing in him 15-20 million. Didn't he go? I'd like him to stay. I'd like him to be able to give him. if he doesn't like, I was about to say Taki Minamino. If he doesn't like Wataru Endo too much, and he's not going to see much game time, you've already got a dude that's an actual number 6 sitting there on Martin. That can play that kind of role and really develop within the Liverpool squad. And maybe keep Endo for a lot of the cup games, but rotate, Gravenberch and Martin in there if you wanted to. I don't want to see Jones in the number 6. He was awful in the preseason when he was trying him there. I think Slot was generally trying to, he likes Jones, and he's genuinely trying to give him a role within the team, but I don't see anywhere where he fits except for to rotate with McAllister. And even at that, I think Neoni's going to rotate more there because you're going to have Diaz and Gakpo rotating him further up on the left. So I don't see where Jones fits in other than being rotation with McAllister if he does. So that's why I'm thinking of Martin. If we do keep him, we'll be in there with rotation with Gravenberch, which is not a bad setup considering how Gravenberch has played and how well Martin has played in the championship. But remember, lads, we're playing a double pivot. We're not playing an out-and-out number 6. We just need 2 lads that can tackle in there, and these 2 guys can certainly tackle. Anyway, next one. Have another. Oh no, that was the one we just read. Remember Hoopy passing the captaincy to Stevie? Yeah, that was it. Well, if few of these no faster. My problem with the contract renewal is if we let them go, that's even more players to replace. But we also still have players to get this summer. If we let them go, we need to spend a lot. I agree, and I think K-Mac agrees the same thing. I don't think we're done in this window at all, lads. I think the Mamardashvili deal is getting over the line, and I think we'll go in for somebody else. Could Ali have told the club that this is his last season? You could. I think maybe.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, I think he said he's having second thoughts, because look, the thing about Ali as well is we ripped up the entire goalkeeping coach setup, and he loved it. I think the reason why he's probably given us a year is because we kept Taffarel, but we wanted to get rid of him as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Look, the guy's been with us for so long, and he was so settled in the way things were, and also the manager was like his dad. When his dad passed, he was like a father figure to him, to get him through it. So it must be hard. So
it is.
I mean, he's
very close to John Achterberg as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he gave him. We gave him extended leave. Brazil got knocked out early on. We gave him extended leave, an extra week. To have a full holiday, or maybe have a think about whether he wants to come back and play for Liverpool. Who knows? But we've got him for another year, so we should make the most of it and be thankful.
Yeah. No, he's world's best goalkeeper. I think he's brilliant. It'd be brilliant if he stays on. I think he's needed more than anybody else. And if we keep loaning back Mamardashvili to Valencia and just say, oh look, you can have this season, also maybe next season, and Ali sees out his contract till right in the very end, I'd have no problem with Ali leaving then, knowing that we've got a good ready-made replacement and Ali can go and do what he wants to do. But hopefully we're winning things and all of these guys will just want to stay anyway. So that'll be great. Yeah. So that is here. Like, share and subscribe, Reds. There's 70 odd vouchers popping between 70 and 90 odd all the time. So make sure all of you hit the old thumbs up button there, so that's how the algorithm sees us. And subscribe, obviously. Yeah, we'd appreciate it. We shout out everybody here, so if you put a message in the chat, we will talk about it. It's not as busy over on the site as most other channels, so we can get through them at least. Most other places can't, so you can understand why. Mickey M. Hi everyone. To me, it's nothing strange if all the players want to move on. If Slot is getting backed, I believe we can make it. But if FSG are only counting pennies, we are smoked. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think it's anything to do with FSG. I think it's down to Edwards, and I think they've passed the buck already. It's Edwards and Richard Hughes does the negotiating and the deals and stuff like that. So Edwards is the data guy. He's the guy that sanctions the money. I think that if the money is a huge amount, I think they do have to run it by FSG. But FSG are too busy out now trying to buy other franchises that they're not really involved anymore. They'll pop back for games and stuff like that. But the deal with Edwards coming back was that he would have full total control over everything football and transfer related and any of that way, the whole day-to-day stuff running of the club. He's pretty much
LFC runs itself. LFC runs itself now.
It does.
FSG aren't involved in it. Seriously.
Yeah.
And they've even paid off their debt now. So the loan debt's been paid off now. So
done.
It's
done and dusted.
Fully self-sustaining. It's all Edwards. And so far so good. Hughes if Hughes' main job this season was to get rid of the deadwood and to get as much as we can for players that aren't going to play for Liverpool,
Yeah.
then for me he's got about an 8 out of 10 so far.
Yeah.
Like he has, like.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But if his job is literally to buy loads and loads of players, which it really doesn't look that way because the manager's kind of alluded that he didn't want loads of players to start off with, then so far, he tried for Zubimendi and we didn't get him. Like,
But even though
the club, that was because of the player.
Yeah, Slat has experience with changing over players really quickly. He bought like 17 players in his first season at Feyenoord. So if he had to do that, he would do that. But he's there like, if we need it, we need it. So there you go, lads. Yeah, well, 30 was the target, and if we're above 30 in the likes, I appreciate that, guys. And so does Jack, who's there putting the thumbs in the chat. So we do appreciate that. All right, Amrish Srikisun. I hope I said that right. Srikisun, is that supposed to be? Okay, all right. Big up K-Mac and the panel. Is that possible that VVD and Mo have already decided to stay for one more year, 2026, as they can still play, to be fair? I think Trent should be the priority. Ali will not say, yeah, I think we all agree with you there that it's that Trent is the priority, and and we have to kind of get him done and dusted ASAP. And also, I think, well, Salah to me is second priority. VVD is his best defender out there at the moment. I just think he's I don't know. I'm just thinking on the first level. Salah gets back to his peak, Liverpool are not going to want to leave him go. I think at the moment it goes Trent, VVD and Salah. But then I think if Salah starts going like he did, I think it goes the other way around. I still think it's Trent and then Salah, VVD. Because if we are in the market for future centre-backs and it looks like we could get them in, then I don't think, Virgil will be the priority going forward. I don't know if you agree with that. But
the thing is as well, it's easier to get contract renewals for older players. Like that's just a fact. Like because you can just offer them an extension.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you're going to be offering Virgil van Dijk a 4-year contract or Salah. Like that's just mental. So you're going to be offering them just a 1-year extension, which is pretty easy done. Trent is the hard one because this is his prime contract. Like. So this has to have bells and whistles on, and he needs to know exactly where he's going in the next 5 years. Like Virgil and Salah are like, okay, where are we going in the next 2 years, 1 year? Because they're not looking ahead 5 years because they'll be retired maybe. You just don't know. One injury and they're done. Like because they're at that age, 32 and 33. So I don't like. We've still got 4 months. Like to get them extended, like they can't start. They can start speaking to clubs in January.
Yeah.
So we've still got time. There's still plenty of time. Seriously, like
I think October, November. I think we see that.
That's the one you need to do.
That's the one. That's the worry. Yeah. So get that done and dusted straight away. All right, we're going for about an hour and 20 minutes here, lads. So we're going to finish up in a few minutes here. So Antico says, "Okay, Mac, do you think we loan Dan's?"
No, because he's still injured. He's still injured. So.
And I just suppose that I wouldn't go to Markham to buy a car. That's. I mean, Ireland side of what Markham's like. I know it's near the coast, isn't it? As far as I know, but anyway,
below Blackpool, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to Blackpool to buy a car. To be fair, Martin is too good to be sold on loan, perhaps. But when your slot said it's okay, I agree. Hit the like button, everyone. Make him. Thank you very much. Paul Davies, Ramsdale cost Arsenal 30 million. There you go. Nat Phillips Ultras. Right, Nat could easily start bottom half of the Prem. He could. He'd easily start the Crystal Palace, to be honest with you. If they replace because they've had good defenders, don't get me wrong, in the last couple of seasons. But if Anderson is leaving and Gahey's leaving, Nat Phillips can start there. No problem. Nat is on 65k. He ain't leaving. Is he on 65k?
Yeah, he is.
Really? That's probably the bonus from.
We gave him a big contract after he did that 1 year where he played well.
Got us to the third. Jesus. I get it. It's a lot of money. I guess he wants to play football. Yeah. I think Newcastle will come in for Gomez cheaper swap Gordon. I would. Yeah, I would take that. I'd say 30 million with Gomez for Gordon is a fair deal for all parties concerned.
I actually think Gomez will go to Aston Villa because they're looking to sell the Brazilian lad, and if you didn't know, Gomez came through the youth team with Consa at Charlton. It's his best mate, and he also wants to move closer to London. Chelsea are out of Gomez, by the way. Chelsea have that's been announced tonight.
Okay.
So Chelsea aren't looking at Gomez.
I don't think you'd want to be seen signing for a club like that anyway, to be honest with you. My worry is we have no okay subs if you let McAllister or Gravenberch gets injured. If, let's say, McAllister and Gravenberch gets injured or gets too many yellow cards, what are the options? Imagine meeting Barcelona, Dortmund, PS3 with that midfield. Look, I agree. I do agree.
You've got Curtis Jones. You've got Endo. You've got Elliot. If you want to play him. You've got Tyler Morton. Who else have we got? I can't think of anyone else. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a bit of a worry. But if you get all three of those players out, then that's just. I mean, is that ever going to happen? All three at once?
I'm getting flashbacks to the year after we won the league and we lost all the defenders.
In one game. Are they all going to get red carded in one game? All three of those players.
Yeah.
We're going to finish on 8 men. And then
So
the next game got Barcelona.
Nathan Collins, that's the one. Let's have to catch up with these things. Collins here, Brian Mbeumo to Liverpool has to be. Would you take him, Reds? That's Jack asking the chat. If Gomez goes, we'll need 2. Yeah, a good utility player. Take Hanko. Go after Feyenoord and get a Hanko if you want to get a utility type player in. You can play left hand side as well. But we already have it.
Look at Gertrude, haven't we? We've got scouts.
Who's that?
Gertrude.
Gertrude is the perfect guy to come in on the right hand side because he plays that inverted role really well. Because Slat likes to have his right one tuck in, his left one go wide. Yeah. That could be a shout. I like Gertrude. Diamande. Was a great deal. I forget what that one was. We are dry regarding getting new attackers in and we're yes, but is Kudus a better option? I think so. I love Kudus. I love Kudus.
Brilliant as well in the last game.
Newcastle looking at top soba. I know K-Mac loves Kudus. Trent vice captain. Yeah, but he'll be captain man soon enough. Yeah. So what if Liverpool keeps Kelleher? He will.
This season,
100%.
Yeah.
What if Liverpool keeps Kelleher this season and sells Alisson at the end of the window? Mamardashvili is world class. He is world class. I agree. I 100% agree that he is. He was probably the best goalkeeper in the Euros for me.
At the end of the window. That's now. No chance.
No, not chance. This. I thought it's the season. Actually, read it because I'm getting tired. No.
Not this window.
No. I put that down as the end of the season there in my head.
Yeah.
So also guys, we got Sepp for 1.25 million, 25 million. That was great business. Also Mbeumo would be quality. Also Gomez we signed for 4 million, 40 or 50. I thought it was 12 million for Gomez. 40 or 50 million, great profit. It would be, yeah. But
I think it was like 8 million for Gomez.
Was it 8 million? Okay.
Gomez as well. We're not accepting anything under 50 million, by the way.
I don't think so.
Because we value him. We value him more than Kilman, and rightly so. Yeah. Like he's a better player than Kilman.
Yeah. I would have kept Bobby Clark and sold Jones. I don't know many people might agree with that, but I think Jones is just a bit more experienced than Bobby, and a scouser, so there's that added incentive. And so he's a gifted player. He just needs to be allowed to play his game. He's gone too defensive lately.
Scottish, you'll find out that Bobby Clark wanted to leave, mate. You'll find out. Like it'll come out that Bobby Clark has to leave.
Grav is like a new player. He is. I think he's. I don't think he's put a foot wrong in that role yet.
He's been sensational. Like, I hate to say it as well because I was his worst critic last season.
Yeah.
But I love the way he's playing. Like, long may it continue.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be kind of crazy. It's Scottish Bear Impossible, I'd say. Our slot just says you'll get 2 matches each, and then I'm choosing a number 1. I think he's already done that within this preseason. I don't think Gomez hasn't even set into the role yet, or Bobby Clark didn't really. Did he get a game? He came on, I think, for one. The second game was it? No, he didn't even get a game, so he was already on the shop window. Yeah. He's on the shop window for a while.
He was injured.
Yeah.
That's why I think he has to leave. That's why I think he has to leave, mate.
We get more for more. Also, Welsh mums.
He's talking about the pictures.
Yeah. Zubimendi. I'll have to go through these here now.
Give them some glasses of Welsh water as well to drink. Here you go.
Yeah. I used to know over. I'm after running now. Speaking of water, I'm out. But does he like rivers? We could show him the Mersey. Oh God. It's good. There's a bit of choppy water. It's a bit cold there, isn't it? Touches in the opposition box. No, the Premier League's manager on the first game had. I was actually going to put that in the show tonight. I started the show and Jack changed it over onto this one, but I actually had the details of that. Yeah, 38. 50. Yeah, 50. Nice. Nuts. 50 touches in the opposition box. 38. 38 was the other one. It should be there inside in the I put up the stats tonight. Where is it?
Can I share my screen?
You can share your screen. Yeah.
Hang on, let me share this. 2 seconds.
I'll go through while you're doing that. There, I'll go through the
Where is it?
Next couple of comments.
Got it on my screen. There it is.
I think the wave quote was fake. I heard it was fake as well, but then something came out recently again to say this, and that was when it was knocked out of fake. It was 2 days later. I heard something different. You're sharing it, yeah? Sorry. Yeah.
You can.
So at this stage, I have to get rid of this picture. Give me 1 second. Look at that. It's a bit. Can I change this format? Is that it? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's how many. That's where we touched the ball 50 times in the box.
And there was another one there with 38, wasn't there? In the after Joe. There was the two of no, but there's a second one with that in the same street. Let me have a look after Joe there. No, I don't know if it's on the same thing as you, but after Joe, there we are. Liverpool, 50 touches, and the other one was 38 something. Oh, there we are. Liverpool had the most passes in an individual sequence on match day 1 of this season's Premier League, making 38 passes without interruption. So,
mate, you know that goal as well. You know that first goal.
Oh my
God! Only player that didn't touch the ball was Dominic Szoboszlai. Otherwise, every single player would have touched the ball for that goal.
Wow. That goal is just, it's just that, yeah, but even that, I'm still dreaming. I wake up smiling in the middle of the night, I wake up and I go, I need to pee, but my God.
Everybody apart from Dom.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's unbelievable. Yeah, pop that down there and I'll change that back. So yeah, we were on the buses, weren't we? Oh, I have to change the farm. There you are. Anyway, getting back to these comments just before we leave, lads, we're going to go 2 more minutes. And we're going to finish it off then because we're going about an hour and a half. I need more water as well. A lot of these wags, the side players' careers, yeah, I don't even want to give them, to be honest, I don't even want to talk about anything outside the footballers themselves. I don't care about their personal life, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Don't do those chats.
Yeah. Subscribe. Scottish Bear, thank you very much. I don't know if you subscribed to me or I haven't even put my thing in the chat. This is Jack's channel, you see, on the Anfield TV.
So my channel can see it, mate. Subscribe to Spike.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do it now, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks very much. Thanks. Yeah, Mike, I appreciate that.
Also, if you're on Anfield channel, subscribe to mine. That'll be good as well.
There you go. Okay, Max says Anfield TV. There you go. Superman, you didn't start for Sociedad this Sunday, was subbed in after 45 minutes. I'd say he was punished for having said he expected more from Sociedad. I think he's salty and staying there, man. If he's saying stuff like that, there's KMax channel, lads. Be sure you go and subscribe for those that are over here on the Anfield Road TV side. Right. What's that to love? And they go, make him exactly. So that's a private conversation. Everything between these two lads. Well, privately public. We'll be connected to Anfield, yeah. KMac, how many signings do we make? Yeah, you can answer that one, Dirk, yeah. But I'm going through it. 2 more. Or just 2 including...
2 more. Oh, 2 more, yeah. In the goal. Well, the goalkeeper's not really a signing, is he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think 2 more as well on top of it.
I think 2. I think a left back, and I think a left back that maybe... A left back centre-back who can play left back maybe, and a midfielder.
Okay. Greybeard, drone had footage transit system. I don't know what that is, but footage. I've never heard of that one. Massive thank you to everyone who's got involved in the chat tonight. New subscribers. That's Jack saying thank you to you all. It's because of the quality. Look, I mean, look at the two faces that's on your channel right now, Jack. Two handsome fellas with long hair. One fella minus a beard, but he'll get back to his manhood fairly soon. All right, so
I will.
So Lando, what was the plan to take Everton's ground over again when the new one built? You could do it as a fan park watching thing. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do down there. I think it'd be an ideal place at a fan park to make it straight up Anfield. Yeah.
Maybe the fans that can't get tickets can
watch
just
the
go
game
over
there.
Watch the game there. Like, we'll probably fill that as well.
There you go. Look, Casey Drone has found people at Liverpool has been secretly buying up housing behind the Kennedy Daldice, and that was happening for a while. That's not what we know. That's the what's it called? Viking Road. That's the next one over. That's been happening for a while. There's a lot of boarded up houses there. A lot of them.
It's a good website, by the way, Casey Drone. Also, Casey Image.
Yeah. Casey Image work is very good as well. Yeah, I enjoy his stuff as well. Yeah. The other lad, even the Everton lad that has the drone, and he talks fondly about Liverpool. Yeah. That guy. The sign has been put up for the fan zone. There you go. So that is where Mosney goes. Scottish Bear. I said Mosney. Mosney was a holiday camp over here. There was like Butlins. For some reason, I seen that as Mosney. Zubamendi needs to be shown around more fun and that's like the fifth time you put that in the chat, buddy. And I just said that I haven't showcased it because we're getting so much down the line, but I get what you mean. He should be shown that way because it's a beautiful neck of the woods. And just tell him, look, only 40 minutes over there on a flight as well as the Cork and Kerry Mountains. Great spot to live. You fly back and forth if you want.
They should probably fly Robbie Fowler over there, and he can tell him what house he's getting from his portfolio.
Yeah. Hang on, actually, I'm going to do it this way there, and I'll get rid of the banners while we're going to finish off because we don't need them anymore, and that way we can concentrate on the chat. Imagine Real Madrid getting VVD, Trent, Mo, Ali, and free transfers next. Oh God, I don't even want to see it. But you know what?
I have a nightmare tonight.
Nah, I couldn't see that happening. If anything, Mo goes Saudi because he'll just be treated like a god there.
I'd take Real Madrid even more.
Yeah.
They just screw us over repeatedly.
Yeah.
Have you heard that mad stat about Real Madrid and Klopp? Like, the only reason why we probably didn't win all of the European Cups is because of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It was literally because of Real Madrid.
Every single time. Yeah. I think once it was Atletico Madrid, wasn't it? But it was still Madrid. So yeah. But Real Madrid was they were, oh God. I didn't want to think about them, man. They're so lucky because they were the worst team on most of the occasions that we played them, bar that time they beat us recently with the 5-2. But we actually were the better team at the start, and then we just capitulated. Trent and Alphonso Davies, free signings for Real Madrid next summer. Talk about your fullbacks. Nah, they can have Dumfries. FSG in or out? Jonathan from Chelsea. I don't care about nothing got to do with me with FSG, man.
Todd Bowley in.
That's what you want to be asking. FSG aren't involved in what we do anymore, really, with transfers. They're off buying new franchises and trying their arms at that. It's Edwards now, and Richard Hughes does all the negotiating. So yeah, that's
Sweeney Todd on Sky Sports. Was it 191 years worth of contracts they've got? That was on Sky Sports today.
Oh. In Trent and Salah leave off. That's too much.
Worth of contracts.
No wonder they're going to be done in the next couple of years. To be honest, no offense to Jonathan, you being a Chelsea fan, but your club is screwed as well.
We're having a paddy about getting these guys on like extra 1 or 2 year contracts.
Yeah, I don't know. Trent doesn't leave on a free for me. I think he'll try and he'll do a deal with Liverpool that if he says eventually I want to leave, I want to make sure you get the best money. It's the same as what Zubamendi's doing there. It's the same as the way the Gerrard deal was going to happen at the time, but it didn't. What's your thoughts on Adrian Rabiot? He's a good option, number 6. He can play for us without a free transfer fee. He's a free agent. Thiago absence to fund his ways bill, and Humorso a good centre back too. Adrian Rabiot's problem is his mother. She's notoriously hard to deal with, and she has him like a spoiled brat. Yeah. she has him like a spoiled brat. I wouldn't have him anywhere near the club because he'd be throwing tantrums and just causing a ruckus within. It's got to be about the attitude that comes into the team, not just the ability. She has to have the right attitude and ability, and I don't think it's going to work. So yeah,
we ain't offering a 29-year-old over 230 grand a week, by the way.
not a hook.
That's what he wants. Well, that's what his mum wants.
And he's not Thiago, regardless of his injury. Thiago just kind of went down the hill, but he was brilliant when he first came in till he took that really bad injury. Going to shock you, lads. I don't think Nunes will be with us next season. I agree. Yeah. If Nunes can't score 10 goals by January, we should sell him in the next window. Like, if you understand him for a striker, that's not really, wasn't playing much of these games as a striker. He was getting 15 and 18 goals and then 11 other goal contributions on the side. So it's not too bad stats in comparison to his counterpart in Manchester, which is Haaland, who was scoring and doing absolutely nothing for an entire season. I think for the last 10 games, he only started popping up. Round off now, lads. Thank you very much. Just tune in live 6 p.m. tomorrow. We'll do that now, Jack. Great stream. Thank you very much. Now that's Winston Ward. No one will take him off our hands on that money. I like the idea of Fofana. I was done for a couple of years, and yeah, I fear for Nunes. I want him to succeed so badly. Hello, Danny. But I just don't think Slot will rate him because he's not the best on the ball. I don't think it's his style of player. I agree. I do agree. I think he'll give him an opportunity, but if he doesn't, I think he's out the door then. One is perhaps one too many. I mean, yeah. Cheers, chat. Lads, 63 of you in there before we go, so please at least hit the subscribe button and a few thumbs up. Follow K-Mac on his channel as well. If you could pop off to mine as well, because I'm mostly trying to build up TikTok and YouTube, it's Spider LFC is where you'll find me. I don't know if any of the mods have put it in the chat. Oh, thank you. There is. Yeah, it's the next message actually. Thanks, K-Mac. And Jack has thrown it in there as well. 3 if possible, that'd be great. YouTube K-Mac channel. That's K-Mac's channel there, lads, as well. If you want to go over and subscribe to his. It's been a lot of you in here tonight. It's been a long show as well. Big up everyone, Mickey M. Jack is looking.
I think he wants us to go now.
And he said, "No, we're all right. Okay, it's starting to go down now, so we're going to keep keep it just for the last 30 seconds. Big up K-Mac. Hi Russell Stubley 3. Last time we beat Madrid, what a year! Who scored a hat trick? That was that Benny? No, Benny didn't get the hat trick. That was against Portuguese side, wasn't it? With Gerrard. No one scored a hat trick against Real Madrid. Gerrard got 2, didn't he?
Yeah, he got 2.
Torres got 1. Yeah, Torres got 1. Aurelio got 1, didn't he? 4-0 and 4-0 and Benny got the away. Yeah, 5-0 aggregate, and it was 4. Yeah,
I was at it. I was at it.
Only playing supermarkets.
I was there. I won't boast about that one. I was there.
I'll answer on this one. Even if they get done by 5 charges, they're going to get done big, and I think they'll get done by a lot of them. Nobody gets done 115 charges and gets away with the majority. They're going to either cook the books really bad. I can't see them. Remember, lads, it's only up to 2018, so they're still not done for the stuff that's happening after that. So I don't know what's going to happen with losing titles and stuff like that. I think they should be stripped if they've cheated in those years. I think whoever was second should get it. If Chelsea get done for the same season that City get done, Arsenal will win the title. If City get done and lose a title, the time United came second, City will still take the title. Because I think there's a maximum of 16 points that they could be before these new rules came in that they could be taken off up to those seasons, which means that United finished 18 points behind, which means that City, even though getting docked 16 points, would have still won the league by 2 points, and United get no title, which is a great ending to it, which is brilliant. It is. Yeah. So that's really good. But lads, we're going to leave it there. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. We've had over 100 of you in there at one point, and then down to 90, I know we're at 57. Thanks very much for following. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all social media outfits. My own name, I go as Spider LFC on most outlets around the place. You'll find me there. You'll find myself and Jack back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. to do our show. I take we're back at 6 p.m. tomorrow night rather than 10 p.m. Although it's fairly busy at this time of night, it might be worth a chance, Jack. But you know, we get up early in the morning, so we'll see. But it's usually 6 p.m. that we're on. And go and follow K-Mac and his channel. I'd like to thank him for being here as well tonight, coming in and just giving me...
I'll be going live tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon. Probably about 12.
Half 12.
and
Okay.
I'm probably going to be on with Jamie Phillips in about 20 minutes.
Oh,
So
is
have a
Jamie
chin
doing the
wag
late
as
one,
well,
is he?
so,
Okay, I
yeah,
might
so
pop over and watch that
on at
myself.
midnight if you want.
Yeah. Aye.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, lads, so we'll do that. Please follow all the socials. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. It's the only way the algorithm sees us. So if you want more nights like this, because if also, hit the bell notification. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see us go live. You'll just kind of come across us again tonight and you say, oh, these lads are live. Why didn't I see that? Because you didn't hit the bell notification. There you go. All right, so lads, thanks. K-Mac, thank you for joining me. Jack, thanks for putting the stuff inside in the chat. And he was a bit tired tonight, so he wasn't on tonight. I think he was just after finishing work a bit late. So, right, lads, we'll leave you at that. Good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, and go to KMAX tomorrow at 12:30. We'll see you then. Good night.
Up the Reds.